creas. Mentiras, puras mentiras, son las que están decorando los días. Quiere reírse de mí en mi cara y hacerme sufrir. Puede el caminante estar acechando. Por la noche, atravesando el hielo, no viene solo y viene por todos. No tengas miedo, tu padre va a cuidarte. Ante él se dobla toda rodilla. Quiere reírse de mí cara y hacerme sufrir. Puede el caminante estar acechando, acechando.
Un extraño evento climático en la Antártida donde el hielo se incendió y una cabaña, que nadie sabía de su existencia, fue quemada y destruida.
Like some big globalised New World Order. Oh, yeah. I love that. Well, I think given that many of our problems are global, it would be good if we had a global agenda and global system. My view, for me, these people are, they're nothing to us. They are just shadows on the wall. They are a zoetrope. They are an illusion. Ignore them. Ignore them. They will go. We don't need to involve ourselves in their paradigm. Create a new paradigm. If you create a better system, the old one will become obsolete. The old one will become obsolete. Let's not focus our energy on the people that are like faffing around in the old system that enhances their privilege, inculcates their systems, their ideas. Because I woke up, I've been asleep, like all of us, I've been asleep. Because I've been distracted. It's nice to get a load of money. It's nice to get a load of attention. If you're poor, they say you're bitter. If you're rich, they say you're a hypocrite. Because they don't give a fuck. They don't want this conversation. They don't want us talking about this. People in power, privileged positions. So like they want you to be talking about Justin Bieber. They want you to be talking about twerking. They don't want you talking about fracking. They want you talking about twerking. They want to get on with their job. Shut your fucking mouths and watch this shit, you fucking morons. And I know, because I've been part of the charade. But, you know, I'm awake now.
When were you part of the charade?
First in fucking MTV. It's through spiritual practice that I've recognised that my own impermanence, my own irrelevance, the fact that I'm just a person shuffling through life, I ain't really no different now from when I was a little kid. And all I want really is I don't want that feeling in my stomach that people are being treated badly. I don't want a feeling that people are being exploited. Richard Dawkins is like that. He just wants to dismiss and diminish and take the magic and mysticism. Anything that we're describing through science, we're describing through the prism of the 5 limited senses. Our eyes can only see between infrared light and ultraviolet light. There's light bouncing around everywhere. Our ears can only hear a tiny decibel range, can't hear the noise of a dog whistle, can't hear any high-pitched frequency sounds. Isn't it likely then that there are other vibrations, frequencies, energies, consciousness moving through the universe? Listen, what are the basic facts? We are on a planet. As far as we know, in infinite space. There are limited resources on the planet. There are a certain number of people on the planet. We need systems that get the resources to the people while respecting the planet. Any system that's detrimental to the planet or detrimental to the people because it helps one or two bods, fuck it off. We're allowed to do that, you know. This thing that's happening now, capitalism, is held in place by lies, police force and military. It's not like a sort of a thing that just happened like monkeys picking fleas off each other. It's not a natural behaviour. It's inculcated, it's indoctrinated and it's held together with fear. And I don't like the royal family. I don't like hierarchical structures that inform us on a regular basis, deep in our psyche, that we're just peasants and we need some nominal figure between us and God inside. But really, don't have a royal family. It's stupid. Who's the reason there's a poor white working class? Is it because of people signing on? Is it because of immigrants? Or is it because there's a super rich elite taking all the money? That's a rhetorical question. The answer is the super rich elite.
David Cameron.
Same as Tony Blair. Do you know they all go to the same parties? I've got a mate who was at a party the other night at some rich person's house. Then Tony Blair, David Cameron, they're all at the same party. They're at the same party. So at work, it's like, I'm this party, I'm that party. At night time, we're at the same fucking party. At night time, we're at the same fucking party. We're at the same fucking party.
Dicen que el poder real no se ve, que no se vota ni se elige. Está más allá de los parlamentos, los gobiernos y las modas. Está en la sangre. Sangre azul, símbolo de pureza de linaje. Híbridos entre humanos y seres caídos. Herederos de los vigilantes. ¿Quién los puso allí? ¿Quién les otorgó el derecho de dominar? Nos hablan de historia, de nobleza, de realeza. Pero su autoridad no viene de la virtud, sino de un pacto. Un acuerdo silencioso con fuerzas que no conocemos. O que no queremos nombrar. Entidades de otra dimensión que pueden cambiar de forma o poseer cuerpos humanos. Seres del bajo astral. Según algunas corrientes esotéricas, entidades que se alimentan del sufrimiento humano. Miedo, violencia, dolor. Demonios o ángeles caídos, según visiones cristianas o hebreas, serían los mismos dioses antiguos de culturas paganas Baal, Moloch, etc. Anunnaki, en versiones sumerias reinterpretadas, dioses que crearon a la humanidad para explotarla como raza esclava. Desde tiempos remotos, ciertas familias han mantenido un hilo secreto. No solo de poder económico, sino de poder oculto. Simbolismos, rituales, escudos, códigos. Todo está ahí, delante de nuestros ojos, disfrazado de tradición. Como si fueran guardianes de algo más antiguo y más oscuro. No hace falta creer en reptiles ni demonios para entenderlo. Basta con observar, el sistema está diseñado para esclavizar. Para desconectarte de tu alma, para hacerte dudar de lo que ves. Y sentir que todo está bien, mientras todo arde. A través de reyes, gobiernos, banqueros y líderes, estas entidades ejercerían el control espiritual, emocional y energético sobre la humanidad. El objetivo sería mantener a la gente en un estado de baja vibración, miedo, división, odio, dependencia, porque de eso se alimentan. Las familias reales se casan entre sí, mantienen apellidos, escudos, linajes y tradiciones ocultistas. Esto se explicaría como una manera de preservar una genética vinculada a sus amos interdimensionales. No es casualidad, según esta visión, que muchos presidentes, nobles y líderes estén emparentados. Manipulación genética y simbólica desde la antigüedad. Control político y económico a través de familias como los Windsor, Rothschild, Rockefeller, etc. Rituales ocultos y sacrificios para mantener pactos con entidades no humanas. Control cultural y espiritual por medio de religiones adulteradas, medios, música, cine y educación. Nos imponen reglas que ellos no cumplen. Se protegen entre ellos, se casan entre ellos. Se heredan el mundo como si fuera una finca familiar. No importa si es una reina, un banquero, un filántropo de sonrisa impecable. Su alianza no es con la humanidad. Es con el orden que los mantiene arriba, a cualquier costo. Dicen que sacrifican la verdad, y a veces hasta algo más. Que entregan rituales, que adoran símbolos. Que rinden culto no al Dios de la vida, sino a aquello que devora la luz desde las sombras. La logia está por encima de todo. Su nación. Su religión. Sus amigos. Y hasta su propia familia.
Do you think you will ever be queen?
No, I don't. No. I'd like to be a queen of people's hearts, in people's hearts. But I don't see myself being queen of this country. I don't think many people would want me to be queen. Actually, when I say many people, I mean the establishment that I'm married into. Because they've decided that I'm a non-starter. Because I do things differently. because I don't go by a rule book, because I lead from the heart, not the head. And albeit that's got me into trouble in my work, I understand that. But someone's got to go out there and love people and show it. They see me as a threat of some kind. I'm here to do good. I'm not a destructive person.
That Francis Farmer who's going to have a revenge on Seattle.
What about it?
What denomination was she?
What about it? Oh, you should read Dreamland by this PI reporter. I wrote this book about her. It's really good. She was, you know her story, don't you? She was an actress that she was kind of a foul-mouthed person.
What's a poem
and she hated the whole Hollywood scene, and she expressed her hatred for them publicly, and so. And she also, when she was I think she was 15, she entered this essay contest when she was living here in Seattle, entitled "God is Dead," and a lot of people accused her of being a communist. And then she went to New York and was a part of this acting troupe. And it supposedly had communist ties too, and so then there's this big conspiracy amongst a judge, a very well-known, prominent judge here in Seattle, and a bunch of other people who had ties with Hollywood, and they basically just set her up and ruined her life. They had some pictures taken of her when she was arrested for drunk driving, and it was a big, huge scandal, and she eventually was sent to a mental institution and given a lobotomy and raped every day for years, and just totally abused, and ended up working at a Four Seasons restaurant alone and dying by herself.
There's a Bainbridge Island. That's where she was institutionalized, right over there.
Mm-hmm.
There's this whole broken down infirmary there.
For years, every night there were lines of custodians, friends, and people, part of the staff who would wait in line to rape her every day. She went through a lot of shit. And it just disgusts me, to know that there are some of the people that are part of that conspiracy are living here in Seattle in their comfortable, cushy little homes with their families. It's 40 years after the fact, and it's just...
Is it just God?
they got Prince C, man. This shit is way fucking crazy than I expected.
Primero, vamos a explicar el vídeo rápidamente, seguido de nuestra conclusión. Para empezar, estamos frente a un montaje y el video no es real. Es solamente parte del videoclip del rapero
Richard Williams,
o mejor conocido como Prince EA. Y de hecho, este segundo vídeo fue subido a su cuenta oficial de YouTube. Nos quieren dar a entender que tanto este vídeo como el anterior fueron una estrategia de marketing, para así atraer más público a dicho rapero, y lo que quita toda veracidad del caso Connors. Pero nuestra conclusión es totalmente distinta a lo que el vídeo nos muestra. Nosotros creemos que el primer vídeo de Connors es real, y como dejaba tan al descubierto la agenda de la élite, los mismos se deshicieron de Connors y decidieron desacreditarlo, mostrando un segundo vídeo que sea tan nefasto como poco creíble. A eso se debe la aparición de estas dos supuestas entidades, que no hace falta ser muy inteligente para darse cuenta que son falsas. Y desde luego, el primer Robert Connors no es el mismo que aparece en el segundo vídeo, como si se tratase de un impostor, y eso se puede apreciar desde sus rasgos físicos hasta su lenguaje corporal. Conclusión, que la élite no ha podido desacreditar el caso Connors con este segundo montaje falso, sino que le ha dado más credibilidad, mostrando que los que se atrevan a revelar sus proyectos serán eliminados brevemente. Y sin duda alguna, estamos sumergidos en un control total. Y el MK Ultra es uno de los pilares para lograr ese cometido. Y aunque no parezca, los más perjudicados son los artistas, que desvirtúan su talento como marionetas de la élite, metiéndose en un viaje sin retorno. Tal es así que el mismo Michael Jackson sabía que iba a ser asesinado. O como en el caso de Tupac, que predijo su muerte y antes de la misma, en solo 10 días, sacó su último álbum llamado
Illuminati.
Death Row.
So some of y'all black folks don't appreciate what we talking about, but this is the only way we got to make money. And if you don't let me make my money on the streets, I guarantee you I will make my money on the streets. And then I'm gonna have to bring guns into it. Now y'all buy my record and support a real nigga because I'm staying real.
I tried to get away from it, but you can't. That's what they taught me. Right. The streets didn't teach me that thug life can never die. The world taught me that. I thought I could retire and move on. When I moved on to the so-called real world, the civilized world, these motherfuckers is worse than the niggas in the streets. They was telling me, I had little girls writing to me crying, saying you got raped in jail, I'm so sorry. That shit right there is what will fuel the anger that will never die. I had to write letters to 1,000 little kids explaining to them that I would be dead before a motherfucker would rape me, and you know that. So, as far as everybody, there is no mercy in my heart. You know what I mean? I'm not out here on no wild shit like I was before. This is not the same Tupac, believe me. I'm just very pissed off. Shot 5 times in jail for a crime I didn't commit, while every other black person, I mean, whoever they was fucking babies in the ass or killing bitches and cutting them in 50 pieces, these niggas got support. I go to jail for a crime everybody know I did not commit, get shot 5 times, and I'm getting raped in jail, woundy, wompy. They just saying anything to assassinate my character.
Victims in India. I've met victims that have been trafficked from Mexico, victims in New York and New Jersey and all across our country. I've been on FBI raids where I've seen things that no person should ever see. I've seen video content of a child that's the same age as mine being raped by an American man that was a sex tourist in Cambodia. And this child was so conditioned by her environment that she thought she was engaging in play. I've been on the other end of a phone call from my team asking for my help because we had received a call from the Department of Homeland Security telling us that a 7-year-old girl was being sexually abused and that content was being spread around the dark web. And she had been being abused and they'd watched her for 3 years and they could not find the perpetrator. Asking us for help. We were the last line of defense, an actor and his foundation.
Year that would test a lot of people. Illness in the family, a breakup, this spasm of publicity about what happened from Mexico to London.
It was pretty rough, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Weird. Hello. Oh my goodness. Hello. Ew. Strong Brittany. Yeah, it was a weird time. Ew. I'm embarrassed. Can we stop?
mind control someone to conduct these rituals, like yourself. Why don't these reptilians just conduct their own rituals?
They don't seem to have the psychic abilities, and they look for people that have that and people in the bloodline that have that. And I have had that. I've had a tremendous amount of psychic ability, and so I was picked and bred from before birth, and this is also something that other survivors that have been in high positions have known about me and told me.
What's the connection then between you having psychic abilities, those being recognized from the start, and you being brought through to conduct their major rituals?
Well, it's kind of twofold. First of all, they needed the psychic abilities because they control or attempt to control events, because I would have the ability to foretell what was going to happen, and they needed the information to just try to control it to an outcome that was good for them. The second thing is that during the rituals, you had to have psychic ability. You have to be very powerful in that way to call out the old ones that are also reptilian, that come from another dimension. They actually they materialize from out of another dimension and are present at rituals, and they are so powerful, and their presence is there's such an evilness about them, and they want out of this other dimension, and they can't. They have to be called out by someone who has that power, and the reptilians don't have this power. That's very important, that they don't have this power to call out these old ones that have to do with them. And
what is it that humans have that the reptilians don't have, that means they don't have the power to connect interdimensionally, and some humans do?
We have the ability to foresee, to be able to become vibrationally higher, and see into those levels, go into those levels, and fact, agencies use this, they call it remote viewing, to go, that people, these humans have the ability to go into the past, go into the future, to go to other places, to astrally leave their body, astrally, and to see things that we've always had this ability, and it's like having a third eye, which they don't have. They don't have this ability. So these, during a ritual, these old ones are called out, and they are what Christianity would have called the demons. They are called out, and there is a circle that is, it has a hexagon in there, which is a powerful occultic symbol, and then there is a pentagram, and then there, in the middle of that, there is a triangle, and if you're the one calling them out, then you stand in the triangle so that you're not devoured or taken by these creatures that come out.
It creates an energy field around you which they can't penetrate.
They can't penetrate it, and they cannot get outside the pentagram. And they want out. They're always demanding to be let out. And so you have to be very powerful to keep them in line and to make them go back when it is time for them to go back.
Why do the reptilians want to manifest these quote demons at the rituals?
It brings power to the rituals. It brings power to them. They are told things by these entities, and they are encouraged to go on with what they're doing, and knowledge is imparted to them through these entities. But it takes a person with the ability to bring them out and make them answer, because they don't want to cooperate. They have to cooperate when the right person has control over them.
And that's to do with that person's energy and ability to use
energy. Yes.
Is this symbolism of the abyss anything to do with the fact that these reptilian demons of another dimension are somehow locked in a time-space prison, and they can't get out, and they can only get out when they're brought out in that way?
Yes, they want out of that dimension. They have been thrown into that dimension, and they can't leave that dimension. And that's actually what the abyss is about, is being in a different dimension. It's like something to do with the fourth dimension.
And strangers and my family used to rape me, make me abort the babies I had.
It would be hard to imagine more misery and suffering than what Teresa says she's had to endure.
And us kids would be made to do things with the adults and the animals, and then a sacrifice would happen.
The sacrifice, were these animal sacrifices?
Animals and people.
Who was the leader? Who was the boss of the gang, of the cult?
At home it was my nan.
Your nan made you have sex with animals?
Yeah. Like goats and donkeys.
How many men or how many people would have sex with you?
What, at one time?
Yes.
About everyone who was there, which must have been about 20. You know, from 10 to 20 people. If it was a big ceremony, it used to be 30.
What would your grandma be doing when these men were forcing themselves on you?
Usually laughing. Or smiling. Or having sex with another man.
During these ceremonies, was Satan, the devil, ever referred to?
He was called Lucifer.
What did they say about the devil, about Lucifer?
That killing the people made him happy. Bits of him.
They killed a man at a ceremony.
Yeah.
In front of you?
Yeah, in front of all of us.
Let me get this right now. Are you saying that you saw more than one person killed in that house?
Yeah. I've seen loads of babies killed there. Just newborn babies. Or aborted ones, which were only small. 4-year-olds. Any age, really.
Did they ever say they might kill you?
They threatened to kill my little girl, who, when I left, was still at the house.
A friend?
Huh?
What little girl?
My little girl, Alex. She's about 4 now.
You mean you had a child?
Yeah.
How old were you when you had that child?
11.
Motherhood at the age of 11.
Babies.
They were aborted by my nan or by one of the doctors at the house.
There were doctors there at that house?
Yeah, there was 2, I think. Yeah, and a nurse.
What would happen to the fetuses, the unborn babies?
They used to be taken away most of the time, and one time baby was taken out of me and then killed in front of me because it was still alive.
And then, what would happen?
Well, after they killed it, they would eat it. But we were also made to eat it.
You were made to eat your own fetus?
Yeah.
Who made you do this?
My nan.
Did you ever try to run away? You must have been frightened.
A couple of times I did, but my uncle, he caught me and brought me back.
Going to the police? Did that occur to you?
No. I thought it was normal, even though I didn't like it.
She said to me it was something that everybody did. She thought, like you don't like going to school or the dentist, you don't like going to the black masses.
It was never any different. I didn't have nothing to compare it to.
All part of life, Teresa thought.
They had a tub, pretty big, I don't know. A very big tub, and they used to put the bodies and bones in there. And it used to go like, fizzy and that. And then there was nothing left. Or there didn't seem to be, but... And it was just like a marriage in a church, but different words,
What were you taught about Lucifer?
Just that we should, be his friend, treat him as a friend. And that he's always there if we ever need him.
What would you hope to do with your life now? What are you looking forward to doing?
Just living, being happy.
What would you like to do when you leave school?
Care for children. Handicapped ones, or abused children like me, maybe. It was big, expensive. From the front, it looked like a castle. It had a long drive, and big double wooden doors.
Do you think they were rich people then?
Very rich.
Unless they put a string, it's like a circle string, tie it to the legs, hang it upside down, and then they get the knife they use for cutting the baby's head off. So, you know this big ones, like this big Chinese ones, which you chop up coconuts and stuff.
Right.
Yes, they get cleavers, aren't they? No,
Okay.
I don't know what they're called.
You've described it well enough.
Yes.
Okay.
So then because our dad, he forces me and Gabriel to do it. But because we can't, we're not strong enough to cut the baby's head off, he tells us to hold the knife and he puts his hand at the top of our hand and he helps us to cut the baby's head off. Because he's learning, he's teaching me and Gabriel, so when we're older, to do it to our own children and do this kind of stuff to our own children.
Where is it this that happens?
The church, the kitchen in our church.
The kitchen in the church.
Yes, they got.
So, right, this string. Tell me about this string.
It's just like, it's not just like just a thin normal string. It's a bit thick, it's like maybe that thick.
Okay.
And they tie around.
Okay.
Like in a circle.
Right.
Hang it up on the.
Where do they tie it to on the baby?
So it's like on legs. So they put the legs together, tie it on.
Yeah.
And so it's like one string around and then one string attached.
Yeah.
And it's hanging upside down. They get the knife, but they don't just cut it off absolutely. It's still on. So they slide the head off, but it's still hanging on.
So okay. There we are.
Yeah.
Is that all right?
Yes.
My name's Steve, and I'm a policeman, and I work here at this police station. The other lady sitting there, her name's Cleo, and she's a police lady, and she works at this police station. Okay.
And Mr. Hollins knew who Papa was, and then they met once, and then they become best friends.
Oh, I see. And how do you know they're best friends?
They talk to each other. They tell me that my dad tells me that BFFs, it means best friends forever.
Okay, so your dad told you him and the Year 4 teacher are BFFs. Yeah. Okay, and when did he tell you that?
When he was doing the sex to me, he does sex to me.
What does that mean, sex? What do you mean?
He touches me in the private. He touches me in the private. He sticks a plastic willy in my bottom, and it bleeds. He let me feel the willy.
Okay, so tell me what that looks like, this willy.
It looks like a real willy, but it's plastic.
Okay, and what else can you tell me about it?
There's an order of the willies. Of the plastic. There's an order of them, high up and low down.
And what does that mean?
So brown is the lowest, it's the third, but then second is the golden colour of the skin, and then it's white. White is the highest.
Okay, so how many plastic willies are there?
Millions. He buys them and he also makes them. He makes them in his shed. He melts the plastic and then starts making it.
And how do you know that?
I've seen him making before.
You're having this party at school. Were there any children there at the party?
Yes.
So, children at the party?
Yeah, all the children do sex to me.
All the children?
Yeah. And do you know how much children there is in my school? 200 children.
All 200 children do sex to you?
Yes. And also other schools are involved.
And other schools as well?
Yeah.
And how long have you been going to that school?
Since when I was 5 years old.
And how old are you now?
I'm 8 years old.
So for 3 years you've been going to the school?
No, yeah, for 3 years, yeah.
So when was the last time this happened?
No, I'll tell you when he started doing it when I was a baby.
So there's this party?
Yeah.
So where is the party held in the school?
In the school, in the church, and school.
Just in the church and the school?
Yeah.
Party? And then what's happened at the end of the party?
My dad kills babies and he eats the meat.
Okay, well, let's just talk about the party day, okay? So, the party, what was the party like?
I don't like the party.
Why not?
They touch me.
Who?
Kick me. My front privates to hurt me. So when they stick a big plaster really in my bottom, and when it bleeds, if I cry, he like, do you know those spaghetti spoons, like those metal ones? If I cry, he hits me on the head with it.
Okay.
If I cry more, he hits me again. But if I cry more, the nurse teacher, Miss Marden, she injects me, and a sleeping injection on my neck. Everybody does.
Okay.
Everybody does the sex, and
right. And what is the sex?
They touch me in the privates. They tell me to lick the privates.
Who says that?
My dad's, the teachers, everybody's.
Okay, so that's happened.
And we didn't want to do that, but my dad made us do it, and he forced us.
Okay.
But my mum doesn't do it.
No? Okay.
But my family doesn't do it. Only my father does it.
Okay.
And my dad doesn't have a brown one.
No? Well,
he's the boss of the whole religion, the whole culture. He's the boss.
And what's this religion called?
It's not called nothing.
It's not called nothing?
No, we eat babies, we kill them, and my dad's and this is what my dad tells us to do. Look, my dad killed babies, and we help him kill babies because our dad forces us to.
Okay.
But we never kill babies, never. Never on our own, never.
Okay.
La tierra se iluminará cuando los hombres acepten la vida impersonal. No existirá otra ley que la intima conciencial, destronando al cerdo sin paz. Generación de serpientes ya reinar no podrá. No habrá velos que te impidan ver la inmortalidad de tu ser. Fuera de ti no hay mediador en el mundo.